Hey, what's going on, guys? Nathan Olson from YourCharisma.com, helping you create your brand your way. On this channel, we do a lot of social media marketing help as well as Instagram tips. So if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. Today, I'm going to just be walking around. I wanted a change of scene and just to get my mind flowing and really just take in this nice weather outside. Today, we're going to be specifically talking about the new Instagram checkout that's on the platform. I know a lot of you guys have heard about it. Today, we're going to be specifically talking about what that means for the platform, who's allowed to use it, and how these changes could better improve and scale your business on other social media platforms. So stay tuned. So, as we all know, Facebook acquired Instagram probably roughly about 2-3 years ago, and we know that from their acquisition, they planned on turning Instagram into a platform that was more like Facebook in the sense that it was being able to be more monetized in the sense of ads, process payments and other forms of that. And the same thing that there's a Facebook marketplace, there's also a Facebook advertisement platform. As soon as Facebook acquired Instagram, we started seeing Instagram ads, Instagram story ads, and we really saw the platform start to evolve into a media content advertising type of platform that we can start to realize. And what's interesting about that is that, the founders of Instagram weren't too keen on this. They actually left, and Facebook has completely taken over Instagram and put in their own people. And that's why we've seen such massive strides for this kind of singularity. And what's interesting about this new Instagram checkout is that it operates in the same thing as the Explore page. So when you're surfing on the Instagram Explore page, you're looking around, there's actually a specific shop section in the same fashion that Instagram has created niche specific little areas for content. They've actually whittled it down into a specific tab. You are now able to find products hosted by your favorite brands on the Instagram Explore page, which means that now you can surf for content and you can also surf for products on the platform. This is extremely helpful for a lot of big brands that have massive followings. Not only are they able to now monetize their Facebook platform, they're also able to monetize their Instagram platform. And then I'm sure down the line, we'll see YouTube start being able to implement maybe product purchases on their platform. But let's not get too off topic. Let's specifically talk about the Instagram checkout. So this Instagram checkout is a form of the Explore page type of search acquisition where you can find products based off certain brands. And this is actually in the beta phase. So there's not a ton of brands that are actually allowed to use this new feature yet. But as you can assume, as well as most of us can already infer, that a lot of brands are going to be starting to use this. However, when it comes to a lot of those big brands that are starting to use it now, I know Adidas, Dior, Kylie Cosmetics, H&M, of specifically clothing brand types of companies that are allowed to initially market. And what that means to me is that, influencers or Instagram is actually obviously seeing that the huge role that influencers play in the type of clothing that individuals buy. Clothing as well as other types of wearable types of commodities are a really hot topic that are easily they're easy to sell on other apps. They're very easy to sell on other platforms. For example, when you have a t-shirt, you have maybe 4 sizes, small, medium, large, and extra large. You have multiple colors, and it's really easy to create variant styles for that because there's not a lot going on in the sense that maybe you could choose a different, maybe material type instead of wool, cotton, maybe neoprene, other factors like that. But all those come down to basic different products that are fairly easy to sell on a platform that I guess is new to the shopping sense as Instagram is. So, as we talk about this, it kind of shocked me that Instagram was only using clothing specific brands to initially start this. Of course, Kylie Cosmetics and other forms of that. There's also beauty and other cosmetology style items and products for purchase on the app. What I think we'll start to see, and what I know, is we'll see bigger brands come in with different styles of product. But it's interesting that they only had clothing specific brands, and as well from huge brands that have I would say that they probably did their research and did an extensive amount of understanding the engagement rate of these types of brands, because when launching this beta phase, they want to make sure that individuals are actually using this Instagram checkout. Otherwise, there's no point in Instagram implementing this if they can't make a percentage fee or even a commission cost off all the sales that go through their platform. So I believe that they chose the brands with the strongest and highest volume of sales and maybe influence on the platform. And they're opening up to those individuals for the beta test to get the best results, because there will be just overall more volume and more sales done on Instagram checkout from these brands, as opposed to, let's say, my brand that's just started like roughly 2 years ago. Our volume of sales is not going to be nearly, not even probably 1% of some of those top brands on there, like Kylie Cosmetics, etc. But, you know, this new Instagram checkout is going to be extremely profitable for your business. And why is that? Is because Instagram is obviously one of the most dominant social platforms kind of in the space right now. When it comes to short form photo content, Snapchat's kind of been blown out of the water by Instagram. Facebook has lost its youth, and it's lost a lot of its, I don't want to say it's lost its user base, because it still has a ton of users on it. But Facebook itself has become a little bit more dormant, a little bit too oversaturated. We still run Facebook ads, and I see a lot of return off Facebook, specifically because I market to an older crowd. But that older crowd is dying off, and younger people are constantly jumping onto Instagram every single day. As well, a lot of companies specifically start Instagram and Facebook pages before they'll start a Snapchat or a YouTube, just because producing content for that is a little bit easier. With YouTube, you really have to be methodical, think it out, and as well as put a lot of time and effort into it. Unlike Instagram, where it's a little bit easier. That being said, Instagram, I feel, is going to see a larger influx of big brands stepping onto the platform, spending more dollars on sponsored products to, you guessed it, ultimately sell more products on Instagram through Instagram checkout. So what this means is that Instagram is going to get a huge influx of money, as well as big brands. I've already talked about this before. We already are now seeing ads on IGTV, and I called the Instagram checkout feature a while ago. You know, I'm not saying that I can see into the future or anything, but these trends that occur are so similar, and you can see them coming from a mile away. And that just happens to be based off the history of understanding how other social platforms kind of grew and what they're doing currently, and just understanding all those little features, as well as other types of content styles and platforms that you're using. Looking at the previous history, you know, Snapchat should have ultimately dominated Instagram in the photo sharing app, as well as becoming an easier and more, I guess, usable messaging service. However, I would say that a larger percentage of people actually use Instagram direct message as opposed to Snapchat messages, as well as Snapchat stories. Instagram stories is significantly higher. So, you know, understanding how these platforms work and when they're evolving, maybe looking at past occurring platforms to understand what possible directions they could be going in, or maybe what mistakes they could be learning from, is extremely, extremely important. And you guys need to be taking a huge, I would say, take maybe like 1 or 3 hours every week and just go through and just do some research, do some history, because in order to ensure that you have a successful future, you have to learn from the history. I was never a huge history buff, but I do understand the importance of history when you are, you know, trying to analyze trends and trying to understand how a specific market works. You want to understand the past sales, the past trends, the past market, the past audience, and how that's evolved to the current date that you're looking at. Because those past trends can be used to mimic and possibly predict future trends, because even in the stock market, where you would think that it's supposed to be as random as possible, it's even cyclical. There's a lot of trends in there that you can honestly see on a daily basis. For anyone that is familiar with stock trading, you know, you have your cup and handle, your ascending triangle, descending triangle, and you know, your breakouts and your break-ins, and those are basic patterns and basic trends that investors use to understand how a specific market might be and how a specific market might play. And what investors are entirely, and I would say an extremely large percentage of them, are essentially just history geniuses. If you can understand how a specific market works prior to an involvement of a new company, will allow you to better prepare and better plan maybe investing and even putting your eggs in a specific basket. When we see this Instagram checkout feature, this should be a good sign to you, specifically if you're a brand or if you're a business looking to monetize your Instagram, because what this means to Instagram is that they're trying to pull in big businesses, big brands, and other brands and businesses, starting to give them amenities as well as other, you know, useful features to use on their Instagram. And I think this new Instagram checkout feature is going to be a huge push for a lot of big brands. This new beta testing is going to be kind of the benchmark that Instagram uses to maybe understand their commission rates, understand their possible volume, as well as to work out any bugs. But what I implore you guys to do is, if you're a brand or business that already has a brand or business Instagram page, it's important that you guys start creating product content that is quality and has value. And what do I mean by that? Let's say specifically, let's do something easy. Let's say you're a fitness guru and you're selling a specific, let's say fitness apparel, and you're a fitness guru. What you can do is, maybe take a picture of you wearing the shirt, lifting a specific weight, doing a specific exercise, and you break that down into a value-based workout. And you say like, hey, do this workout, 5 dumbbells, 5 curls, blah, blah, blah. And you do this, but when you post that actual piece of content, you're tagging your products. And although you won't be able to tag people, you'll be able to generate sales specifically from that post. And that's what's truly going to allow people to monetize their Instagram even further. And for influencers that haven't started a brand yet and are thinking about it, I think this is going to be a great time for you, because now you have the audience, you have the content, you have the content creation skills as well as the creativity to maybe produce content on a regular basis. Now all you have to do is spin off a brand or product that relates back to your specific account and to your content, and you will be able to absolutely dominate and pull in a large percentage of income from Instagram, just because you've taken the time as well as the energy and resources to put into the platform itself. When I'm thinking, I'm going to try and relate this back to me, that way it's more helpful to you guys. What I've been thinking about specifically is, I have a motorcycle riding mask company, and it's tough for me to think of content with value that is not simply visually appealing, because in the motorcycle realm, a lot of people want to look at bikes, babes, and maybe beer. Bikes, babes, and beards or beer, I would say, are the 3 to 4 things that a lot of bikers love to see. So how do I push content with value with that? And what I've been thinking about is specifically, what Gary Vee said one time is, get 1,000 people to wear one shirt and you figuratively have 1,000 customers. So what I've been thinking about is maybe, getting pictures of individuals with my mask on, having a story or a little content piece about that individual, maybe what type of motorcycle they ride, what got them into motorcycle riding, their biggest adventure and things of that nature, and then also tagging my product in there. So, I've been able to touch 3 things with that. I've been able to connect my brand to my consumer in a very friendly, family, endearing type of way that most brands don't do. And the second thing I've been able to do is really put out content with value, and in the sense that, I'm creating this family endearing connection with that specific individual, but what that content actually tells other people viewing it is that my brand cares about my consumers and my other customers, and that's extremely important to build as well. Finally, on that third note, so I've created the relationship, I've showed other community members the value and characteristics that my brand has. On the third note, I've been able to push product, because once individuals see and they kind of make that connection that my brand cares about their individuals, they have a higher percentage chance of converting, and so that's ultimately going to mean more sales for my brand. So this is what I've been thinking about. This is how I want to implement the new Instagram checkout into my specific Instagram content strategy and Instagram content plan. But as I've said before, the Instagram checkout is only available to specific brands, and I think it's important for us to start strategizing on how we're going to use this for our businesses and brands. I think within the next month, maybe 2 months, we'll see the Instagram checkout become live to all business and brand accounts, meaning that normal personal accounts will not be able to utilize this new feature. But that's your loss. The Instagram analytics as well as the business analytics that come along with the business and brand account are absolutely phenomenal. Even if you were starting a personal account, I would say create a business account just to see how your content is performing and to scale and grow your Instagram the way you want to. But other than that, guys, this new Instagram checkout feature is going to be huge. Big businesses are already jumping in and using it. The beta testing feature is live, and what we're going to see is a huge influx of big brands, big cash, and big influencers start to make serious money off the Instagram platform. So I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed this video. Let me know how you guys like the new walking around setting. I haven't done it ever, and I'm using my hand to do this, so I do get a little tired, but just let me know what you guys think of the setting and if I should continue to walk around, if you guys want to see me walk through cool places or anything. Go ahead and leave a comment in the description below. I'll be answering all, and you guys have a great day.